The year 2025. The universe seems to be starting to be ruthless to humans. He sent the Star Express 3I Atlas. Another super blind box was opened for humans. China. In the lunar soil brought back by Change 6 from the far side of the moon, rare meteorite impact remnants were found. In addition, there is also the sky in September. A round of blood moon hung for a full 83 minutes. Mars opposes the sun in January. It can be seen all night. April. Chinese and French satellites captured a gamma burst 13 billion years ago. The universe in 2025. Every day is refreshing human cognition. Let's review it in one breath today. What astronomical events will happen in 2025? Early morning, July 1st, 2025. Atacama Desert, Chile. The red light of the Atlas Survey telescope suddenly flashed. An inconspicuous point of light is moving in the starry sky. At first, no one cared about the little one, until astronomers began calculating its orbit. Everyone gasped. The comet's orbit is hyperbola. It comes from interstellar space, from some faraway corner of our galaxy. Humans named it SI Atlas. I 代表 interstellar. That is, Interstellar 3. Imply, he is the third interstellar visitor discovered by mankind. The first one is Oumuamua in 2017. The second is Comet Borisov in 2019. And 3I Atlas. It is a cosmic surprise for mankind in 2025. So where did it come from? Astronomers found it by orbital reverse. The comet may have come from the back disk region of the Milky Way. If so, it is at least 7 billion years old. It is 2 billion years older than the solar system. Other words, when the Earth was not yet born, this comet is already in interstellar space, lonely and drifting. July 21st Hubble Space Telescope took its first ID photo. A teardrop. The dust will rise. Rendezvous with a slender tail. The diameter is estimated to be between 320 meters and 5.6 kilometers. The James Webb Telescope also joined the onlookers. Carefully scan the alien visitor with infrared eyes. The real climax is on October 29th. On this day, Atlas arrived. His closest position to the Sun, 1.36 astronomical units, approximately between Earth and Mars orbit. Then the unthinkable happened. The comet begins to turn blue. Not ordinary pale blue. It's that deep and eerie blue. Spectral analysis shows. It is frantically erupting dicarbon molecules and amino groups. There is also a lot of carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. These levels far exceed those of ordinary comets in the solar system. What's even weirder is that it is also spraying hydride gas and evil vapors. Scientists say this is because he has been wandering in interstellar space for 7 billion years. It has been deeply transformed by cosmic rays. Those high-energy particles bombarded the comet's surface, turned it into a carbon-filled one, chemical bombs. Astrophotographers in early November captured its most spectacular appearance. 4 to 5 tails unfold at the same time, like a giant broom sweeping through the starry sky. Some people say it looks like the R2 comet in 2016. The one is rich in carbon monoxide and nitrogen. Freak who is famous. Comet December 19th. Atlas will be about 270 million kilometers away. This is the last time humanity. An opportunity to see it up close. Hubble's latest observations show the comet's rotation period is 16.16 hours. The light variation amplitude is 0.3 stars. He was rolling slowly, like a wanderer dancing a lonely waltz. After that, he will leave the solar system forever. Continue his interstellar wandering. Maybe one day, he will break into another star system. to the civilization there, bring a greeting from the solar system. If Snatalus is a gift from the universe, the gift of humanity, Change 6. It is the treasure that the Chinese open with their own hands. June 2, 2024. Change 6. Landed steadily in the Apollo Basin on the far side of the Moon. This position is special. It is located in the northeastern part of the Aitken Basin in Antarctica. It was the largest, deepest, and oldest impact crater on the Moon, formed 4.3 billion years ago. Change 6 mission. It is to bring this history of 4.3 billion years ago back to Earth. June 25th returner with 1,935.3 grams of lunar soil. Landed in Inner Mongolia Saijiwang Banner. This is in human history. The first sample from the far side of the Moon. Scientists all over the world are waiting for this moment. Because the far side of the Moon is so mysterious. The Moon has a secret called dichotomy. The front and back look completely different. The facade is covered with black moonsea basalt. The back is full of white highlands. Why is this happening? This is the biggest unsolved mystery of lunar science. February 28, 2025. The first research results were published in scientific journals. Scientists. The basalt brought back by Change 6 was analyzed. Ultra-high precision isotope dating has been done. The results show the main body of these basalts. The age of formation is 2.8 to 3 billion years. This means 2.8 billion years ago, magma is still erupting on the far side of the Moon. A more important discovery has come. Krebs substances were detected in the samples. A special ingredient rich in potassium, rare earth elements, and phosphorus. This material has only been found on the front of the Moon before. Scientists have always been skeptical. It is the last product of the crystallization of the lunar magma ocean. Krebs has now also been found on the far side of the Moon. The entire Moon is covered in an ocean of magma. But that's not all. On July 9th, the Chinese Academy of Sciences held a press conference. For research results appeared on the cover of Nature magazine at the same time. The first study found that the Moon on the far side of the Moon is colder than on the front. Crystallization temperature analysis of basalt shows the potential temperature of the Moon on the far side of the Moon. It is several tens of degrees lower than the front. It's like the temperature difference between the North and South poles on Earth. There are also temperature zones inside the Moon. The second study is even more shocking. The lunar mantle on the far side of the Moon is drier than on the front. Scientists found the lunar mantle on the far side of the Moon has very low water content, more barren than the front. The Moon has more than just positives and negatives. Even the gap between the rich and the poor is so big. The third study reveals the lunar mantle on the far side of the Moon is also more restored. Reduction is a chemical term. Simply put, there is very little oxygen in the depths of the Moon. It is in a state of extreme reduction. This implies 4.3 billion years ago, the super impact that formed the Aitken Basin in Antarctica. Possible. The Moon diffuse structure on the far side of the Moon has been deeply transformed. The fourth study is about magnetic fields. In the Change 6 sample, ancient magnetic field signals from 2.8 billion years ago have been recorded. This explains the Moon 2.8 billion years ago. There is also a weak magnetic field protecting it. But now the Moon has no global magnetic field. How did this magnetic field disappear? This is another puzzle to be solved. On October 6th, the latest research results continue to be released. The scientists conclude that differences between the front and back sides of the Moon. It may have originated from the super impact 4.3 billion years ago. That impact was too violent. directly modified the lunar mantle structure on the far side of the moon, leaves the back colder, drier, and barren. Don't let the volcanic activity on the back be much less than the front. By the end of 2025, based on the research results of Change 5 and Change 6, there are more than 150 items. China Aerospace is using lunar soil samples. Rewrite human understanding of the moon. Let's take our attention back to September 7th at 11:28 p.m. If Daniel look up at the sky, you will find that the moon is starting to get thick, a black shade. Slowly, climb up from the lower right corner of the moon. This is the shadow of the Earth that is devouring the moon little by little. This is the most anticipated celestial phenomenon of 2025. A total lunar eclipse is commonly known as the red moon. The last time a total lunar eclipse was seen in China, it's still November 8, 2022. That was in early October. When the moon rises, the lunar eclipse has already begun. And this time, the whole of China except for a small part of the northeast. You can see the whole process. The lunar eclipse is divided into 5 phases. The first eclipse is the eclipse, and the eclipse is very high, and the light rises again. Why is it red? Because of the Earth's atmosphere. When sunlight passes through the Earth's atmosphere, the blue light is scattered. Only red light, which has a longer wavelength, can penetrate the atmosphere, bend into the shadow of the Earth, illuminate the moon. It's like the sky is red at sunset. The principle is exactly the same. The total eclipse phase of this total lunar eclipse lasted 83 minutes. 83 minutes of blood moon. Enough for you to make a pot of good tea. Slowly savor this romance from the universe. The next time a total lunar eclipse is seen in China, it will not be until January 1st, 2029. So, if you missed this snow moon on September 8th, 2025, that's really a pity. The year 2025, the universe has also written many love letters to mankind. January 13th, Mars opposes the Sun. Mars, Earth, and the Sun are arranged in a straight line. Mars is closest to Earth. Bright all night. It can be seen that this red planet rises from the east, climb to the highest point at midnight, falling from the west at dawn. On January 18th, another new discovery was made in China. Purple Mountain, Near-Earth telescope of the Zhuyi Observatory of the observatory. A new comet C2025A was discovered, named Purple Mountain. This is the 9th comet discovered by the Purple Mountain Observatory. It is also the 7th comet named after Purple Mountain. Partial solar eclipse on March 29th. The shadow of the moon sweep through northeastern North America and most of Europe. Greenland, northeastern United States, Canada, Iceland, England, France, Germany, all saw the sun beaten. Although a bite is just a partial food, but at sunrise or sunset, observe the obscured sun hanging on the horizon. The visuals are still stunning. On April 23rd, the Sino-French astronomical satellite was officially put into use. The satellite is called SWARM, Spatial Multiband Variable Source Monitor, by the Chinese Academy of Sciences, developed by the Microsatellite Innovation Research Institute. It was launched from Xichang on June 22, 2024. Its mission: it is the most violent explosive gamma burst in the monitoring universe. The SWARM satellite captured a gamma burst signal from 13 billion light-years away. It was only 3 billion years after the Big Bang. At that time, the Milky Way had not yet been born. This light has been flying in the universe for 13 billion years, passing through countless galaxies, nebulae, dark matter halo. Finally, in 2025, it was captured by a satellite jointly developed by China and France. May 6th Aquarius meteor shower. This is Halley's Comet as a gift to Earth. Every year in May, Earth passes through the orbit of Halley's Comet. Those comet debris, rushing into the atmosphere at a speed of 66 kilometers per second, burn into meteors. In places with less light pollution, at its peak, 30 meteors can be seen per hour. On September 21st, another partial solar eclipse. This time it is home to the Southern Hemisphere, New Zealand, Eastern Australia, parts of the South Pacific. I saw the crescent moon of the sun hanging on the edge of the sky. Especially, this eclipse occurs near the vernal equinox. Therefore, it is also called the equinox. It is a relatively rare astronomical coincidence. Year-round, the James Webb Space Telescope continues to surprise. Telescope known as the first light machine. Early galaxies 13.5 billion years ago were photographed. Dark stars that may be driven by dark matter have been discovered. Candidate body reveals the central Sagittarius C region of the Milky Way. Never before seen star-forming features. He uses infrared eyes. I saw the depths of the universe that Hubble couldn't see. He is rewriting the curriculum of cosmology. The book is telling us the universe is older than we think, more complex and mysterious. In addition, our Chinese aerospace industry is also moving forward at full speed. In 2024, the first flight of Long March 6C Long March 12 was successful. In 2025, the Long March 8A program will make its first flight. Greater carrying capacity and greater efficiency. It will be built for China's satellite internet. Provide strong capacity. Long March 10 is under development. This is tailored for China's manned moon landing in 2030. The rocket will overcome the engine and multi-machine parallel connection, low-frequency elastic control, key technologies such as fault diagnosis and fault tolerance reconstruction. Let the rocket move towards the era of comprehensive intelligent flight. In 2025, the number of rocket launches in China will reach a new high. The Chinese space station continues to operate. The Tianzhou cargo spacecraft Shenzhou manned spacecraft travels frequently. Chinese are moving their homes into the space station. At the end of 2025, looking back at the universe, a vivid astronomy lesson for mankind. It tells us that we are not the center of the universe. The solar system is not the only home. In interstellar space, there are countless wanderers like 3 Atlas floating. They witness the evolution of the Milky Way, carries the chemical code of a distant world. It tells us the moon still has too many secrets to unravel. Mars may have been lifelike. The subglacial oceans of Europa and Titan, maybe it's being nurtured. Life forms that we cannot imagine. He tells us that the universe is huge. Gamma bursts as large as 13 billion light-years away. It will take 13 billion years to transmit light to us. But the universe is also small as a comet from 7 billion years ago. It can make astronomers all over the world lose sleep collectively. We are using our wisdom and courage. Explore this sea of stars. The universe is beautiful. The beauty makes you want to cry. Each comet is a postcard from the universe. Every lunar eclipse, it is a hug from the Earth to the moon. Every 萨欧吉啊, horse violence are the last words of distant galaxies. Each lunar soil is a memory capsule sealed in time. 2025 will eventually pass, but the story of the universe never ends. In 2026, there will be a new comet shining in the sky. There will also be new discoveries that will shock people. There will also be new probes rushing into deep space. And we will still be on every clear night, look up at the starry sky, waiting for the universe to send romantic surprises again. Because as long as humans are still looking up at the stars, as long as humanity continues to explore the unknown, the romance of the universe never ends.